Shalom. 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 All right, Shalom, Shalom. We're the Hebrew Israelites. We come out here every week to prophesy the downfall of America and to let the so-called white man know who is the biblical Edomite. Let him know that his kingdom is about to be destroyed very soon in the thermonuclear war, which is World War III, which is written of in the book of Revelation. All right? And also to let these people on the sign know that you are the true children of Israel according to the Holy Bible, and you are the only nation of people that had the luxury to repent and to receive salvation from the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, whom this world ignorantly calls God, through his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, whom this world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. So before we get started, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachakodash. Double honor to the elders, apostles, and bishops at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, and safety to the hopeful Agdakim throughout the four corners doing this work. Much love to the scattered elect and to the few sincere women out there that subscribe to the true doctrine. All right, so we're going to get straight into it, man. You know, there's a lot going on right now. Wars on the brink right now, and there's what I want to get into. Something else that's prophetic that was supposed to be happening is you got a lot of job layoffs. Okay, you got a lot of people being replaced by these by AI. You know, as I was looking at an article the other day, they said there was like a total like this year, just 2025 in general, you have over 100,000 jobs being laid off, be it through Amazon, through Google, and through various other spots, and they blame AI for it. You know, which, you know, when you look at every time you look up, you're seeing how far this technology, this artificial intelligence has advanced. Okay, they're even utilizing these robots, these machines that they're making. They're utilizing them to take over people's jobs. Okay, which is ultimately going to lean into the people who lose their jobs. They're going to have to depend on the system, which that system that Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is ushering in, is that MOTB, spoken of in Revelation 13, verse 16. All right. But without further ado, let's get into the scriptures, and we're gonna let the Spirit talk, man. All right.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 1. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not.
Right. Remember thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not. Okay. Because every time before something went down prophetically, the Most High, as He said in many of scriptures, He sent His prophets out to speak of these things. Okay. For our people to come to the Lord. All right, because there was going to be things in the future that was going to be happening that was going to be detrimental to our salvation. All right. Go ahead.
Lord, the years draw nigh when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. Mm-hmm. While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars.
And now that you see, something that the other apostle Tahar pointed out that I thought was very, very paramount is how you didn't have a lot of people going into the scriptures like that. there's a point in time where, you know, even in our generation, we're just doing what living, just, you know, saying that we believe in a higher power, but not really doing anything about it. But now that the times are speeding up, prophecies are coming to pass. Now you got the prophets, the men of the Lord that are set up, and now you have everybody else surrounding that are coming in trying to go, you know, going into words. They're going into the scriptures. All right, you know, pretty much where now the word of Yahweh Shem Shai is being exalted, and everybody's starting to see the things that's going on in the world. All right, so this is what it means when it says that the evil days draw not, because before then, before the days were really truly evil, as they are very clearly evil, wasn't nobody really going into the scriptures like that except for the prophets. All right, now everybody's going into the scriptures because it's evident. Go ahead.
While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few.
Right. And it says, "In the grinder cease," which, you know, as we opened up with, you have in 2025 so far, you have 100,000 jobs between multiple businesses that are laying people off. 9,000 from Amazon, I believe Amazon specifically. Okay, but like I mentioned, also amongst Google, I gotta find that article. But it, you know, it shows 100,000 people are going to be losing their jobs because of this, and blaming it on AI. Okay, so this is when the men of the Lord, and you few sincere women out there, we gotta really lean on the Lord. Okay, because the rest of the individuals in the world that have despised this word, now they're about to see what the prophets have been talking about. Okay, go ahead.
It says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened.
Right, and those that American dream is going down the drain. I remember I looked into it pretty recently, where it says that the American dream is hard to attain due to the rising prices in food. Okay, the jobs are not meeting um, the so-called financial standard to help you be able to keep your head above the water without struggling, without suffering. All right, in this day and age, that American dream consists of what? For the most part, getting you a degree or getting you a real fire job just so you can say, I got good money. But these different tariffs that Trump is bringing in or soon to hit, that's going to make that American dream that much less attainable, because the food that we go in the store and get that's going to increase. All right.
Well, the American dream was at a point, it wasn't attainable. It was a glass roof. Okay, and now that glass roof is becoming a reality, that's like going to a job and they promise you, yeah, you could get promoted from within. You get promoted from within, but then when you get on the job, you realize, okay, you can, but y'all only promoting Edomites. You know what I'm saying? And you realize, oh yeah, the road's there, but there's always some type of stumbling block or circumstance that prohibits certain people from doing it. So what's going on is that this glass roof is being exposed, and they know it. They know there was a point of time, and that's why they're trying to transition. This is all by design at this point, all right? So they could transition to a new system, which is going to lead up to the MOTB, all right? Because they need this dollar to crash, you know what I'm saying? But the dollar's too powerful, all right? You know, you can watch the algorithm, you know, give you updates on that. I'm not too in depth, you know what I'm saying? But the point is that the dollar's too powerful, but at the same time, they got to devalue it, all right? The tariffs and all that, the jobs being affected, that's a low level shit. You know what I'm saying? It's a supply and demand thing. All right, the dollar is decreasing and becoming devalued, so they got to create stirs and things like that to push into their new agenda, which is the new world order or the Great Reset, however you want to call it. All right, these people are you know, while Trump is creating tariffs, he's also the big beautiful bill that's dealing with the financial aid and all that and this and that. They're trying to get money together. These people don't give a damn about the money that they're spending. They're sending billions of dollars over trillions of dollars over to Ukraine in the Middle East. So if you're talking about, oh shit, if I ain't got no money in my pocket, all right, or if I can't keep up with my rent because I got Netflix, I got Hulu, I got Disney Plus, I'm gonna get rid of that to pay my bills. Okay? So America's not doing that. In your face, and they're telling you that the dollar's being devalued. Why is the dollar being devalued as far as the dollar is concerned? It's because they keep on doing these bailouts. All right? They keep on and the dollar's not backed by anything. Okay? This country in its mass production has to produce more than it's in its spending. Then it's spending, then it's not happening. All right, America is was like trillions of dollars. Let's look up the annual numbers that America spends. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's trillions of dollars because the Department of Defense alone, we went over that. It's like $600 billion of funding towards that. All right. Then you got even more in education. All right, and then you got money. The lesser amount, you got education. That's the most funded, and then it's military, or it could be flip flop. I believe military. It could be. You could get the numbers, but they the two highest, and then right underneath that is international affairs. All right, international affairs goes to funding Israel, funding Ukraine, those military bases, the embassies, and things like that. All right.
I don't got the specific departments yet, but the whole of the spending is 7 trillion in total.
Yeah, 7 trillion. All right. Now, if you go into how much America makes, you know what I'm saying, in comparison, and then on top of that, that's 7 trillion in tax money. That's 7 trillion in the nation contributing back into America. And they're saying that, okay, we don't have no money. But then Elon Musk gets in office to start cutting certain shit. And that's why him and Trump got into it, because he started cutting too much. All right? You know what I'm saying? Because, Trump's, Elon's autistic ass, he just deal with numbers. So he's getting in there, cutting shit, doing shit. He got his dream, and he's I got to get these numbers right. And he started saying Trump's numbers was fucked up. That Trump was like, you can't touch them numbers. That's the rich elite numbers type shit, man. All right? And he started bugging out, you know what I'm saying? Going crazy. But shit, y'all got it? Y'all got some information?
Yeah.
I'm still
You go ahead.
It says there's 1.5 trillion dollars going towards Social Security, 912 billion going towards Medicare, 582 billion towards Medicaid.
Now these that's why I say it's all about design. And if you want to know where's the design, you follow the money. Billions of dollars in Medicare, billions of dollars in education, billions of dollars in military. All right, and this is the thing, because it's all this shit that's happening. Again, there's a superficial ripple effect that comes on down. All right, y'all good?
It's like, yeah, kind of.
Yeah. Need y'all be on point, baby. They go doing side missions and shit. But get back to what I was saying. The military Department of Defense, they have a defense budget, right? And part of their budget goes to making movies like the Transformers and all that. All right. Then you got, why are they making movies? So they can program it. Okay, tell you to think a certain way and be a certain way. Can we get movies that were funded by the Department of Defense? Okay, there's a lot of movies that's funded by the Department of Defense. Okay, What'd you say?
Nah,
Pause.
nah, nah.
Okay. Go ahead.
Um, Top Gun was Top Gun was from the Department of Defense. Black Hawk Down, Iron Man.
Yeah, because this is the thing. It's big business in war. There's big business in education. There's big business in the medical field. They're not Esau business. And think about it. All these places that they're pumping money into technically shouldn't be pumping money back to you. Okay? The military is supposed to be going out and defending. All right? And offending and fighting off things. Right? But Esau, and you can read like books and things like that, they'll go and they'll tell you, bro, if in business, you don't you don't get nothing that you don't get reciprocated on. You know what I'm saying? I.e., I'm not gonna give you the homie deal and tell you, look, man, you give me this for free, I could guarantee you I could bring 2 more people. They don't do shit like that. All right, unless it's guaranteed, unless they got you by the balls, unless you got like I got your life. Something I'm gonna get paid, guaranteed on this transaction. This ain't no hypothetical. You know what I'm saying? Give me one for free, and I promise you it's on a promo. The promotion is gonna be crazy. No, Esau don't work like that. All right. So when you follow this money, Medicare, you're just pumping hella money into that because you care for people. But then you go to hospitals and you got to pay for chemo. You got to pay for this. You got to pay for that. No, man, that's a money racket. That's a money racket. Okay. Because this is how they keep you. And not only is it a money racket, but it keeps you, at a low level because they don't want people to live the American dream. They don't want you to rise up and get in a position that they have. You're not gonna get no CBS. You're not gonna get no CNN. All right. You're not going. You can maybe own a house, but you're not gonna own the land. Okay. You can have paper dollars, but you can't have gold. You know what I'm saying? Well, you can get gold, but the struggle to get it is very difficult. It's a glass roof. Everybody can get gold, but let's look up the price of gold that's right now. Again, the American dream has always been a glass roof. Once Newport got their tobacco from being over there in Virginia and Connecticut and all, on the east end. I can't say Connecticut, but y'all get what I'm saying. When these Edomites came over here, started producing tobacco, sugar, cotton, and all these, when they came over here, they was building companies, man. All right, and the British was funding them, and then eventually they'd say, you know what? Nah, I ain't giving y'all my company. I'm about to keep my shit. And then America became America. That's why their America is comes from is a horde that ride upon a dragon, but it stems from the beast that had the wound that was healed, which is Great Britain, and Great Britain comes from Rome. All right, so this beast, they created their companies. That was the American dream. I'm come over here. Damn, this land is mighty nice. The queen told me to come over here and look for gold, look for goods, go on this treasure hunt. And while I'm here, I couldn't do it's like opening up a restaurant in a new country. You know what I'm saying? Because in America, you can learn how to cook and do all that, but then when you try to open up a restaurant, you need a smokestack. You can't afford that. You need to know somebody to build it. You don't know nobody. You can't afford it. So your restaurant shit the glass roof has been activated. So when they came over to America, there was no, oh, you got to have this paperwork. You got to know this person to do that. They could just dig and start, just sell it. Nigga die from it. Ain't nobody going to sue them. You know what I'm saying? And they built their empires from this. Okay? And once they built their empires from, Carnegie's to, what's your boy that Chase Bank, J.P. Morgan's, okay? And these niggas work for niggas. But they're like the big boy financial taskmasters, man. They're the faces, okay? I ain't gonna say financial taskmasters. They're really the face of, like the Bill Gates. They're just faces of representation. All right, they're not the real elites of the world. All right, the Carnegies, like I would say, the Medicis, the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds. Those are the people that's actually running everything that's going on in this place, and that's what all this politics and all that, and left wing and right wing. It's a glass roof. Okay, they want you to run and try to let's get that in Revelations when it says that the beast had two horns and it spake as a lamb. All right, all this shit is just let's get the term government. All this shit is just control. Okay, the word government goes back to mind control. All right,
This is Revelation chapter 13.
let's get the word government first. Slack it.
When you get into the word government, from the etymology line, it says act of governing or ruling. The system by which a thing is governed, and it goes down to direct, rule, guide, or govern, to steer or pilot.
Yeah, to steer a pilot, because you got a governor, all right, and then the word "mint" goes back to mind, so you're controlling the mind. That's why I'm looking for the breakdown of the word. They should have it in there, like they don't break it down.
Go to govern. It doesn't have that.
Yeah, you got to find a prefix. It should be like if you scroll. When you look into govern, it goes to steer or to pilot, and then you gotta look up mental, and it goes into the mind. You know what I'm saying? So it goes together. Yep. So it's a compound word, govern and mental. So it's government, and it's a mind. This image of the beast. All right, is what controls your mind. And there's a lot of tactics that the government uses. They use medication, they use war, they use education, everything that they're pumping money into. But I still want that list, the military list of the movies. But let's get that precept real quick, and then we'll get back to that list.
All right. So Revelation chapter 13, verse 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon.
Yeah, two horns like a lamb. The Republicans and the Democrats. What's the Roman? What's it? Palladians.
The patricians and plebeians.
Yeah, patricians and plebeians. Okay, it's the same thing. But at the end of the day, what you call that shit? The consort. You know what I'm saying? That's what everybody was fighting to get in. Because once you get in there, you behind the steel curtain, and y'all can talk about how y'all about to make bread. You know what I'm saying? Because again, the brother was talking about how they, the tariffs and all. That's what they telling you on the news to put you in a panic. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's actually happening, but they can stop it at any moment. You mean to tell me that it's a money problem, right? And your ass is sending millions of dollars worth of condoms to Canada. You're spending millions of dollars on drag events in Brazil. Okay?
That would sound like a money problem.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You're sending trillions of dollars to Ukraine, billions of dollars to Ukraine, billions of dollars to Israel and all these other countries. You're bailing out bankers. Okay? You sit there and bail out bankers for fucking up on their business. You fucked up. You lost. Okay?
Right.
But it's nepotism. Okay? They're going to make sure that their system upholds. They're always empathetic towards their own. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't talking about just Edomites. It's really the elite of Edom. All right? If Carnegie fuck up some bread, the Rothschilds will help. Okay? Because you can't have a mind like that go down. He's a person that's a pillar to our system. You regular everyday nigga, LeBron ain't no pillar to his system unless, and once he is a pillar. You know, he more like a pillar for the front porch. Okay, he more like a flower pot. He more like a doorbell. You know what I'm saying? Once that doorbell go to shit, Right? Throw it in the trash, put another doorbell on there. You know what I'm saying? You ain't really a part of this house, you know, but I need your ass to be a part of this government, a part of this mind control system. Okay? And that's what Jake don't get. The medical field is sitting there studying shit to pump into food to have your ass have lack of attention. They're studying shit to figure out what apps to create. You think they ain't sat there and studied how to create the vine and see how the vine can work and how that it can fuck your attention span up? You think they ain't studied that? All right? And then they keep shortening it and shortening it and shortening it. Now they putting ads everywhere and everything is just constant, notifications and ringtones, and now everybody neck is down instead of looking up and paying attention. Okay, pumping into you what to think, how to think, algorithms. They're feeding into your nature, man. An algorithm feeds into your nature, and it lists your ass. If they could funnel information in and say this is what you like, then they know what you want. Okay? So if the government don't like anti-government niggas and they got a fucking computer that can say this person likes to listen to this all the time, and he likes to listen to this, and not only that you like to listen to it, they're not against specific things. And then on top of that, you could be talking, we could be talking right now, and that phone will pick that shit up, and you'll go into Instagram, Facebook, or whatever, and that shit'll pop up, man. It'll damn near pop into your search engine. Okay? That's how wired in and connected to everything they are in these times, man. You know, that's why I say it's a glass roof. This is more than oh shit. Ain't no more cell phones. Man, they don't give a damn about. They're gonna make you a cell phone,
Right.
okay? You know what I'm saying? So all this, them tariffs and all that. You know what I'm saying? That shit, that's controlled chaos. All right. That's controlled chaos because some tariffs is gonna cause some big shit. It is. It's real. All right. It's gonna make things increase. But they're saying, I don't know. Everything's increasing on you guys. I can't do anything about it. Yeah, you can. Stop sending money to Israel. Stop sending money to Ukraine and take that extra money and pump it into it. Stop making school mandatory. All right. Who somebody damn somebody I think it was like Florida, somewhere around there, that they was proposing a bill to eliminate taxes, man. You know what I'm saying? The way they taxes is ridiculous. Okay? Now you should be paying taxes, but you shouldn't pay taxes and have to pay for health care. Because that's what your tax is supposed to pay for.
Right.
All right? Why do I say that? Because Israelites, we pay our taxes, aka tithes. All right, and you pay taxes to the king. You know what I'm saying? But again, those taxes was actually used for something like the church would do. Send that collection plate around. We need a new playground. And niggas need to see that playground being built. All right, just like when Solomon taxed Israel, they paid tithes, but they also was getting taxed to do what? To build the temple. And then when Solomon passed, let's get that with Rehoboam and Jeroboam, and they took counsel, and he said, "My thumb is going to be heavier." It's proof that you know it's not like we're going to keep on taxing because we need. No, they did that to build the temple, and then it was like, all right, we ain't building the temple no more. Let's just cancel the fucking taxes. There's no need for them. Okay, anybody got that?
This is 1 Kings chapter 12 and verse 6. And King Rehoboam consulted with the old men that stood before Solomon his father while he yet lived, and said, How do you advise that I may answer this people? And they spake unto him, saying, If thou wilt be a servant unto this people this day, and wilt serve him, and answer them, and speak good words to them, then they will be thy servants forever.
But you got to go up a little bit because they ask about, the people are upset about this heavy tax.
God, okay. Here in verse 4 says, or I start at verse 3, it says that they sent and called him, and Jeroboam and all the congregation of Israel came and spake unto Rehoboam, saying, Thy father made our yoke grievous. Now therefore make thou the grievous servants of thy father and his heavy yoke which he hath put upon us lighter, and we will serve thee.
And that yoke that was put on him was the taxes that he put on to build the temple, all right, to build a wall, to do things like that. America just taxing you as a system, all right, and they tell you, and they just keep layering on taxes, and like they say road tax, and now it's forever. It's like, and then you look at the roads, and the roads is shit, but their roads is good. And then you see them sending money to Ukraine. You're like, hold the fuck up, right? You see bums on the street, then you see them sending money to Ukraine. You're like, hold the fuck up. Yeah. All right? Y'all need all this damn money for school. No, you don't. All this shit is bullshit. They do not need money for no damn road. You could tell the citizens, look, y'all take care of your own roads. Fund y'all taxes and pay and create a hub where you could put some money into the, like, you could have, you know, like the little fucking, what you call them banks? Them half banks you said, what's the name of them?
Oh, the ITM.
The ITMs. Y'all can create ITMs for the fucking community. And whoever put their money in that motherfucker pays, and you can have, you know, streets. And you put that shit in there, and you fork in your money to pay to get that street fixed the right way. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to sit there and walk up to that machine and walk up, put $10 every day in. Eventually, that street will get fixed very fast based off the community, right? But they don't want to do that. They want to charge you $1 million for something that costs a 2,000 or 500. You could say 30,000 to fix. They charge you $1 million for it, and then they create a monopoly to where they're the only source. So you have to pay that number. Okay.
I was sitting here, I'm looking at this hole right here. Now you got people in the neighborhood that know how to do construction work, know how to deal with concrete, these different type of materials. Now, if they figure, all right, well, we'll just do it our own and let us not pay taxes, but then they will say, well, you have to get this permit, and it'll just be another way and avenue for them to be involved.
It's a government. It's a way that you have to come to us. We're your God. And they're trying to keep getting their tentacles wrapped around you to eventually you take that MOTB, okay? And they're gonna really be able to manifest that thought process. All right, they're gonna tell you what to think, what to eat, you know, whether you're gonna live or whether you're gonna die. They can make you rich, they can make you poor. It's all they're trying to play the Most High on the left hand side, man. Let's get that. It says, sit up on a throne and see himself as the Most High, you know.
Can I get this real quick?
Yeah,
I just looked up what is the purpose of the government. It says the primary purpose of government is to maintain order and stability within a society, ensuring the protection of its citizen rights and well-being. And what is this place doing? Completely going against the rights, putting laws that seem like they help you, but they actually against you, man.
All right, it's the medical field, education. Kids are getting dumber and they have short attention spans, and so you get them diagnosed by the psychiatrist or the social worker. That social worker then say they have ADHD or this or that, so we're gonna give them this medication. Now they're on it for life. That's a money racket, man. Okay, and it's a control racket. It's not just money because they already got the resources. That's the true money. What they're creating a system was fucked up is that we the ones that need the money, and they're fucking with our system down here, and they don't even need to. But the thing is, if you leave those people down there, us people down here, free to be creative and to do things, then there will be a separation eventually. You know what I'm saying? Somebody will create a fucking city that's better than America within America. If you don't keep them suppressed mentally, if you don't tell them, if you didn't graduate, then you're dumb. You know what I'm saying? You're a loser. You know? Like, I was just watching this video, the video I shared to y'all in the chat, man, that the guy was going over evolution, and he was proving through science. So he was proving scientifically how evolution is bullshit. You know? Talking about how the granite, you know, the rock and the layer, and how can evolution happen when granite is just solid rock? It's not molten rock. So there is no process of the lava hitting elements and the elements fused together. No, it was just solid rock. And they say it's hundreds of miles thick, but in comparison to the earth in itself, it's just like a piece of paper. And if you move it around, it'll cause electricity to pop through. You know, all kind of like shit that's being proven, man. You know, but why do they want you to believe you came from Neanderthals and they don't want you to believe in the Most High? So now you don't believe in the Most High, they can start telling you, but we're your gods. Your scientists is your gods. Yeah. All right, your government is your gods. All right, why are you believing in him? He's not more powerful than us. Okay, there's lies on top of lies on top of lies on top of lies to ultimately govern the person. But they ain't gotta lie no more once they put a chip in your ass, man. Shut the fuck up.
Right. Got you. Right.
Yeah, shut up, man. It's like a woman, you know, playing a role till she get that ring on her finger. She ain't got to play that role no more. I got you. You signed this contract. It's over with. Okay.
So 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 4, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
And that happened in the time of Rome, man. Because Rome really like went worldwide with their bullshit. Okay? And it wasn't just like Rome was just walking, oh, I'm Rome. You know, like it was that whole Hellenization. All right, because Greece and Rome is they're two different devils. I mean, two different countries, but it's the same devil, man. You know what I'm saying? Because Greece pretty much in well, Rome annexed Greece, you could say. You know what I'm saying? Greece they just merged into each other. Like the medieval Persian Empire, Rome and Greece damn near did the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It was Greece running things, Rome was over here doing their thing, and they kind of was next door neighbors and shit like that, and Rome would do something, and you know, the whole Syrian wars, you know, show about them Greece and Rome going back and forth. And then eventually Rome just took over. Okay, and Greece just was cool what Rome was doing. That's why Jake was speaking, because Jake was under Roman rule, but they were still speaking Greek. Right? Does thou speak Greek? Okay. But they got more of that?
Yeah. Who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he as the Most High sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High.
Yeah, he turned the Lord white. All right, the Lord ain't no pale-skinned hippie, man. All right, he's a dark-skinned man with an afro. Okay, white woolly hair. Okay, they turn the idea of religion. Oh, everybody's saved. You don't got to keep no laws. That's not what the Bible say. They turned that upside down. They sat on a throne. They sat in the Vatican and told you that the LGBT is accepted. All right? They sat there and told you how to get saved. They sat there and told you what is the right way to live. And it's not. They tell you what marriage is. They tell you what the laws of the land is. All right? They tell you what's the proper way to live and what's the proper way to die. And it's all bullshit, man. But if everybody says that's how it's supposed to be, then you're going to believe it's true. Okay? Well, like I said, I always turn the term consensus gentium. If everybody think it, then it's true. Okay? Just like the evolution bullshit. Everybody say, yeah, evolution, millions of years. And like the dude was talking about in the videos, dope, man, because it was like, yeah, like the sequoia and there's two trees that are on two different species not connected to each other, and they're the two oldest trees on planet Earth, and their age is the same amount. Both of them are 4,000 years old. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Talk about how the flood is like the oldest animal is a turtle. It ain't no fucking cheetah. It ain't no elephant. It ain't no land mammal. Okay, the oldest animal is a turtle, right? Because that's motherfuckers that mainly would survive being an ancient animal, you know, because dinosaurs did exist and do exist. Motherfuckers could be in the Amazon somewhere. Leviathan is in the ocean. But people don't even comprehend that because you've been taught one way your whole fucking life, man. All right? then when they find something out, now it's groundbreaking and revolutionary and all that bullshit. Y'all been programmed to believe the so-called white man is your God. You don't believe information is real unless they tell you. We sit out here and tell you time and time again that we're the Israelites, that we're going to be saved, and a lot of you niggas will sit there and be mad at that because of what Esau taught you, man. All right?
I appreciate that for you.
Yeah, you go ahead.
So Sirach chapter 13, verse 23. It says, when a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue, and look what he saith, they extol it to the clouds. But if the poor man speak, they say, what fellow is this? And if he stumble, they will help to overthrow him.
Keep going. It says something like when a rich man, he speaketh like cruel, evil things, you know, and people still...
I'm going to go back a verse. Sirach 13, verse 22. It says, when a rich man is fallen, he hath many helpers. He speaketh things not to be spoken, and yet men justify him.
Yeah, there you go. They be saying all kind of dumb shit, man. Putting all kind of... Their pseudoscience is this things that they saying. That you could be any, you could be a furry, you could be this, you could be that. And people believe it, man. Okay? When they pass a law. People literally believe when Esau passes a law that's like life. Like, that's the right way to live.
That's the standard for right now.
Yeah.
Right.
These are niggas that, if you had syphilis, they believed in beating on your man part with a hammer because there was a bug in your shit. You know? These are people that created laws based off eugenics. The same person that created eugenics was the same person that's a pioneer for evolution. And eugenics is pretty much saying that niggas is Neanderthals. And we never got the software update. We got stuck in between the transition from ape to human. That's what eugenics said. But that was all bullshit. Why did he create that idea? Because the Vatican wasn't going to allow you to just enslave a human being, all right? Because they had their rules. Edomites was ruling the Vatican, and the Vatican was ruling Portugal, Europe, all right, England. The Vatican has and had a hold on them. Then they had to go to the Vatican in order to come over here to the Americas, man. So when you start enslaving people, you can't just do that. That's murder according to the Bible, right? You can't. There's rules in the scriptures about slavery, all right? Because y'all, when you hear about slavery, y'all think about chattel slavery and say, "Oh, nigga, if you sign a contract to work at a job, you're a slave."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're an employee. Okay, so there's many concepts of slavery, but chattel slavery is the worst. Okay, and they because they couldn't just take and beat niggas and take them. So what they did was they created eugenics, the black and white concept. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like these niggas were studying. It was like, oh, no, they was like, man, I gotta find out a way to like have them niggas working our way. So they came up with a fucking lie, a really well-educated lie. That's what science is. It's just a really well-educated lie. Some of it's true, but once they reach to a point, they're not gonna tell the truth, man. All right, just like uranium and shit that turns into lead. It's all over the land, man. You know, and they'll sit there and use that uranium and do evil shit with it, man. You know, Esau is a damn devil in layers. Okay, but anybody, if y'all got something, bring it out. Yeah. I'm gonna get back on what I was talking about. You go ahead.
No, I still got that list with the movies.
Oh yeah. We get precepts first, and then we get back to that.
Okay,
I got Isaiah chapter 10, verse 1. Woe unto them that decree on right decrees, and that right grievousness which they have prescribed.
Yeah, they write grievousness which they have prescribed, man, and they prescribe, they prescribe you pills and shit. You know, you got you'll have a little boy, and you'll put a little girl in the same fucking class. You know what I'm saying? Boys and girls are different, especially as adolescents. All that testosterone bumping in him, and you want him to sit and look. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because I'm God. I'm about to educate y'all. No, you just really want the money. I'm about to sit all y'all here. I'm gonna tell everybody in the neighborhood, y'all gotta pay me to do this. Y'all could do it on your own, but I convinced y'all that y'all needed education. You know, as a school, everybody needs education. But I'm talking about public schooling. I convinced all y'all that y'all needed this. Even though y'all was doing public schools wasn't, bro, there was no public school when fucking Plato was around. There was no public schools. Okay? When Julius Caesar and all this, you had tutors. Okay? You had people that was around you that was smart, that gave you the things that you needed in order to live. You didn't have to get forced into school to sit and learn about fucking chemistry, and you ain't had no plans on being a chemist. Okay?
It's a waste of time.
Sitting here learning about some fucking extra shit that you ain't even on. You graduate. I ain't never used calculus, man. Okay? Like, people don't need that shit. You go to school, all these classes you going to in college, and you gotta pay for these fucking classes. And it's like, bro, I came here for business. Show me how to count and show me how to do business. The fuck I came here for. That's like going to a boxing gym and these motherfuckers sitting you down and asking you about fucking, and you gotta sit through classes talking about woodworking and shit to prove yourself that you disciplined enough to be in boxing. You know, that's a fucking money racket. You just piling on classes to keep me walking through this system. And the system is really, can you do everything I tell you and finish? I need to see. When you get out of here, I'm gonna give you the things that I need you to do to perform. But I really want to see if you can be a sheik, a proper sheik. That's why I say it's a glass dome. They'll make you feel like, you know, education is helping you and you growing and you developing, and they'll leave a little window to give you an example. You know, people being doctors and biz owners, but you never gonna, as a doctor, you're never able to really help people with cancer. You can find out, look, man, y'all need to lay off that sugar. A doctor can never say that. And the masses pushes it. The doctor can never say, damn, your son got ADHD. He's just a boy with high testosterone. You need to get off that phone and he need to go outside and play. No, they're gonna give you a pill. It's more money in that. And that nigga gonna be retarded now. You know what I'm saying? We're not about to, we don't need no more Alexanders. We don't need no more King Davids running around this motherfucker. Take this Adderall, boy. You know what I'm saying? I need to kill all that. And if the Adderall, if you moved around that, take these hot Cheetos. You know what I'm saying? Take this deli meat. You know, if you made it past that, right? Take this iPhone. You know what I'm saying?
This tablet that you need in public school.
This tablet that you need. You made it past that. We'll take City Girl life. Go join the Crips and the Bloods. Listen to Lil Wayne. You know what I'm saying? Then you got your mama. She's deeply programmed. Your dad's deeply programmed. So no matter where we go, we're dealing with the government, the image of the beast, man. And the image of the beast is not solely the government, but its ideas, the things they say, the things they do. Okay? And Jake be trying to break free from it. Grand Rising. You don't say good morning and shit. Like you ain't gonna break from it, bro, unless you break from it spiritually. All right? Come out of her. Let's get that. Come out of her, my people, for it shall destroy you. Okay? She is polluted. Babylon is polluted. Far beyond what you think. You all in the pollution and you just used to it and say, let me look out for the pollution. You're in it. You're just immune to that shit.
Made a home in that
But
shit.
once you get out that shit and all that fucking radiation starts, you go through your withdrawals and get out of that radiation. As soon as you step foot in that shit again, you're gonna be like, oh god damn. Alright? Much knowledge increases bitterness. Through the Lord choosing us out of the world. Okay? Go ahead.
This is Micah chapter 2, verse 10. It says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you.
Let's get that word polluted, Baba Shah.
you get that word polluted, it is tama, which says to be unclean, become unclean, become impure.
Yeah.
And it goes into sexually, religiously, ceremonially.
Yep. This place is very impure in all three of those areas, most definitely. It's sexually immoral. It tells you that in the book of Acts. All right? And just this is the thing. You know, the history was written aforetime for our learning. So all you niggas that, well, technically that was in the time of when they were doing it, so it don't apply to this time. The things that were written aforetime were written for our learning.
There's no new thing under the sun.
Yeah, there's no new thing under the sun. Those are events in history to tell you, like, when you see it again, this is what it leads to. Yeah. Okay? Yeah. Being lovers of themselves more than the Most High. It tells you that.
Say that's why Sodom and Gomorrah got the judgment that they had, so people afterwards would not know to live according to that way.
Yeah, you know, they don't do that no more. They don't do movies, they don't do shows with a moral to the story. They always try to tell you what that person did is what happened and shit. There's a moral to the story. Did you learn something from this? They don't do that no more. You know, I watch that with these fucking movies. They don't have like, and the moral to the story is, you know, because it's just this everlasting place of confusion and bullshit. You know, I remember watching Reading Rainbow. They'll tell a story and they'll be like, yeah, the moral to the story is you gotta be a good friend. They don't do that shit no more. You got Caillou, bald head,
Crying like a motherfucker. I can't stand that little
disrespectful. There's no moral to the story with that nigga. Because it's programming and teaching you a nature.
Be a spoiled ass brat.
You know?
Yeah, appreciate it.
Go ahead.
So Psalm chapter 64, verse 5. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search.
Yeah, that's a banger right there. You go ahead.
Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep.
Yep. So they think deep, bro. They sit there and try to figure. They thought deep to come up with the whole lie of evolution. Big ass like, yeah, you go to the rocks. These niggas went to rocks, carbon. They went into every fucking aspect and dug into it so they could lie about it.
Yeah.
You know. They got books in that Vatican that we can't even get. There's guards there. Guarding those books, man. Anybody can't just walk in there and say, man, let me get a copy of the you know, with the yan and whoop whoop. You know what I'm saying? Because there's things in them books and information that they're lying about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
To tell a lie, you gotta know the truth.
Yep. That's what I'm saying. Like, so you get on there. You gotta question everything Esau do. I tell him Jake in the world, one of my partners, like, bro, you gotta question this nigga, bro. Like, he may be telling the truth, but him as a person, you gotta scrutinize everything he do. Like he treats us. You pull us over and shit, it's like, nigga, where you headed? Nigga, where you headed? Huh?
Why
was
you
headed?
emphasizing
Why are you behind me? Like, you know? Shit, like, but they do that though. You know what I'm saying? That's how we supposed to look at Esau. We're supposed to scrutinize everything that he's fucking talking about and go do the back research on it.
Yeah. Why is you saying this?
You know what I'm saying?
I got a precept. This Sirach 12 and 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit.
That's right. And they're doing it again through the education, follow the money, through the medical field, follow the money, international affairs, the military. Okay? But matter of fact, let's get that military list. You can finish that up.
He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood.
Yeah, man. Look how they came over in this land. That's the base form of how they fucking think. Oh, we need help. We need help. All right, I'm fed. I'm fed decently. Summertime, I'm gonna kill them niggas. Summertime come.
He locked in, bro.
Yeah, summertime come. Nigga go get it. Nigga took my cup. Let's lie. What the niggas did? They took a cup. Yeah, that's good enough. Let's go kill him.
That'll work. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help
Yeah,
you,
he got a fucking plan. Go over there in Haiti. Next thing you know, Haiti's in fucking chaos, getting earthquakes and lands being stolen and all kind of shit. Everywhere he goes is blood, man. You know,
Son of perdition.
like a girl said on Sinners, man. There's blood come with that money. You know what I'm saying? That's Esau. There's a lot of blood that come with his cup that he pours. Okay.
and though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee.
Yeah, because that's what they'll do. When they help you, they create a system that, like, you know, like financial aid and all that. Like they talk to niggas like shit, bro. You know, put your ass on food stamps. And they talk to niggas. Like white people are more majority on food stamps, but they talk to niggas bad because they just want to. You know, like Esau is a master at demonizing anything you do. He's a master. John Jones is the greatest UFC fighter ever. Yeah, that coked out nigga. They're gonna remember every bad thing you do, and every time you do something good, they're gonna remind the world of what you did that was bad.
Yo,
Every fucking time. That's why you battle rap, bro. Edomites. All they do is talk about everything you did bad. They don't have no good creative, like if there's nobody to rap about, they don't have no, they can't tell you a story and take you somewhere. These niggas can't do that. Eminem was at his best when he was talking about people and shit. When that nigga had to really start like giving you something, that nigga thin air. But when you talk about fucking let's say Will Smith got a cuss in his record, so I do so fucking shit. Talking about niggas and shit. They always know how to whatever you're doing, they always know how to make it bad. That's all they're good at. You know what I'm saying? Just to make a good thing bad. And notice the bad in everything. That's all they're good at. They have no creative ability. But they own so much because they steal. They steal patents, they steal ideas. Right?
If I stole everything, I had the power to do it. Yeah, I'm gonna have
Power to get away with it.
The blessing was a sword, man. Like if you go today, the way they handle science, nigga, anybody could get smart the way they do. If I cut open a frog and fucking look at his heart and cut open a heart, and that's what my little kid does. He breaks shit down, break it, and look at it to see how it fucking works. You know what I'm saying? You don't sit there and look at a human being and say, damn, man, like, this nigga's animated, and when he dies, there gotta be a God. No, that nigga wanna crack you open like a peanut and see what make you work. Open your ass up. Nigga open, cracking you wide open.
Yeah, they had this show called Splice, where they would cut shit in half to look inside and see how it worked. And I just remember the episode about the pool table. The reason why you got the cue ball that goes somewhere else is because there's a magnet inside the cue ball. So when all the balls go into the holes, there's a magnet that draw the cue ball to a certain side while all of the other balls go to the other side. You know what I'm saying? So this whole show is about taking shit apart, seeing how it works, and putting it back together pretty much. Yep. And that's Esau does a fine job of that, man.
Yeah. You go. I was reading that book of Medical Apartheid. It was saying how the nigga go into the. That's why I say the fucking clinics. It's on the butt about the fucking clinics and some fucking easy drop-in clinics. That shit's by design. You know what I'm saying? And back in the day, the original formation of that was through eugenics in Planned Parenthood. Was they're destroying that because Esau's they're dying off. They need to stop their hoes from getting abortions, man, because they can't keep babies how they used to. Because Esau made a pit and he fell in it himself. Yeah. That shit was originally for Jake to stop populating. Even though these women's are getting aborted by the day, we still getting busy. We still producing kids. You know what I'm saying? But the point is that back in like 1950s, 1960s, when these niggas was starting to get into surgery and all that, you'll go in that motherfucker and say you have a baby and you want to get aborted. They'll give you they'll castrate you. They castrated the women. You know what I'm saying? And then it was one time that like with slaves and stuff, you know, a slave had like, then a nigga had like a broken jaw or something. They just took his whole jaw out.
Damn.
This is say, nigga, I could take a jaw out, nigga. Like, that's what they was doing, bro. Like trying to like imagine, okay, I'm a doctor, and I'm this is the American dream. I'm trying to make a name for myself as a doctor, right? So I'm about to show everybody I could take jawbones out. You know what I'm saying? Like this nigga just needed a wire. You could have stapled this man's jaw shut, and he could have healed. But you had to let everybody know you could take a jaw out. And you needed to figure that out. Now you write articles and then you lie, save this guy from such and such and blah, blah, blah. You know, he had cancer, so I had to take his whole jaw out. No, that man had a broken jaw, bro. You could have just wired his shit shut. Motherfucker go in there and have stepped on a nail or something, and you just amputate their leg and shit.
Damn, not they foot, they whole leg.
Yeah, they literally was doing this. This is not no fabricated shit. Nigga, step on the nail, go in that motherfucker to them clinics, and they'll chop the whole leg off. Because it's they knew the reason why they did that those clinics, because they knew Jake couldn't afford to go to a real doctor. And then on top of that, us as Israelites, we are dead. Meaning that if you do something to us, who's gonna say something? Like I said, in the medical field, they said niggas is more cheaper than monkeys. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to create a place where y'all come in here and I'm going to diagnose you and give you these medications we want to try on people. You know what I'm saying? But if you got a family doctor, you know, they'll know, okay, your family, y'all got a history of this. Don't do this, eat like this. They actually tell you how to live, you know? And they ain't shit too. But it's a big difference between them fucking corner store clinics and a doctor, and they knew Jake would be funneled in there, and they used them places to experiment on Jake, man. Give him fucking misdiagnosis, give him shit. You go there now today. You got fucking high blood pressure and shit. We need you to get on these cholesterol pills right now. Right the fuck now. They don't tell you, bro, you need to lay off on chips. You need to lay off on that cooking oil. You know? They don't tell you that. Start eating some more avocados, brother. The scriptures tell you that a physician will pray to the Most High. These guys work for the government. You know what I'm saying? And their job is to make sure your ass stay medicated. To let you know that the only way you live is through Esau, man. You can still eat all that. Because I want you to buy that bullshit, and I want you to take this too. So now I got you hooked on two shits. You know?
Yeah.
When you can have a whole fucking about 4 or 5 cows in your backyard, in a garden, all you need is water. You know what I'm saying? And you don't need nobody. You know what I'm saying? But the Esau ain't gonna never allow that to be a thing. It's a glass roof. The American dream is a glass dome, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's crazy to hear and to see our people just constantly believing that if I work hard, that I'll get somewhere. Your ass gonna get as far as they want you to get. Okay? Y'all niggas trying to build up your chakras and open up businesses and run around and do all this and do that. The American dream is all it's the real dream right now is just fucking over people and to get you. That's the fucking lifestyle of the American dream. It's fucking over the next man so you can come up.
And they showed you the dream to limit yourself. Because if you, let's say you got a business and it's you know, it's booming, so to speak, then you good with that. But all in all, the Lord's still coming to take this place out. You know what I'm saying? Like you were saying earlier, they took it and told you that their God, things that you need, you come to them and through them in their way. You know?
America is a carrot on a that dream is a carrot on a treadmill.
Yep.
You know, you on a treadmill, but that carrot got you like you could get to that motherfucker. Only if you just keep running fast.
It's right there.
And the faster you run, the faster that treadmill start going. And your ass gonna stay in the same spot. You might get up a little bit. You know, if you really want to be a fucking millionaire, you gotta have 4 hours of sleep. Like, it's not fucking natural. Why I gotta do that to be rich?
Nigga said that, right?
Yeah. Like you
David
sleep,
Goggins?
nigga. If you sleep 8 hours, nigga, you pussy. That's normal, bro. That's normal, nigga.
That's recommended, man.
Why do I need to do that? Only thing you need to do is to be great is be courageous, man.
Yeah.
For real. That's all you need. Determination, man. Consistency. It should take your ass staying up. For, you know, if you staying up 20 hours, sleeping 4. Niggas be dying, nigga. Bernie Mac and shit, niggas, celebrities and shit. In order to get rich, your ass gotta travel here. No, nigga, that's slavery. Your ass is you're a fucking toy that nigga wind up. And your ass tick, 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 tick. And you do that before Esau. And then send them, when you wind down, you're done winding, send your ass over here. And then send your ass over here. Then that's your rap artists. That's your football players. Then when you get a broken leg, they get rid of your ass. You know? Or your ass can't sing no more, they sit you to the side. Parade your ass around. You know?
Or blackball the fuck out you.
Yeah. Oh, hey, they had your ass out there like the Yin Yang twins. That nigga damn good fire. And roll. That's it, God. This nigga on the stage. And Esau just in that bitch like, I remember this song. This song brought me happiness. Fucking clean over these people, bro.
Damn.
Like, God damn, you draining that nigga like, these niggas like beats. You know? Like, that shit's crazy.
Yeah, it's
Can I grab this real quick out?
Yeah.
It says a young woman named Anna Sebastian Periel, working for Ernst & Young in India, died after 4 months on the job due to alleged overwork and stress. Her mother, Anita Augustine, stated the overwhelming work pressure took a toll on her daughter's health, leading to her death. The incident has sparked debate about toxic work culture and employee welfare in corporate environments, particularly in India, where long working hours are common. And I wanted to bring it out. I remember seeing that article, but most people be like, well, that's just one person. Nigga, what about, that's one that's known, so to speak, but what about when there's 2? What about when there's 5? What about when there's 20 and 100, and then it'll just be a different reason and excuse each time, because at the end of the day, it's all about business. It's all about working. It's all about reaching success and getting to the money and getting to that job and shit, man.
But it's a glass roof. Because it's not, and that proves that it's not only America, because it's universal, and it's even worse in places like India, because they say, fuck y'all niggas down there. Figure it out. You know what I'm saying? You can't have nothing. Anything you make, give to me, and you figure out how to get your own shit. You know? It's like they did Jake, nigga. You work, you get my shit. When they was sharecroppers, nigga, you know what I'm saying? They some of them niggas made them niggas work, and then you went and worked on your own to take care of yourself. Because slavery actually was like, the end of slavery, the abolishment of slavery was actually beneficial to the southern niggas, the southern crackers, Edomites.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you had them in slavery, you had to house and feed them. But when slavery was abolished, they had to house and feed themselves. You know what I'm saying? So now, when you work my plantation as a sharecropper, I don't gotta pay for your health care no more. I don't gotta pay for your housing, and I don't gotta pay for, and we're doing the same fucking thing to this day.
Yeah.
They realize, you know what? It's way more beneficial. I don't gotta imagine if we all work for these jobs. You know what I'm saying? And it's, I ain't gonna pay you no fucking money. I ain't giving you shit. You're my slave. But I gotta maintain you, so I'm, you know, this is your living quarters. The same houses we live in. The same shit. That's you know, a nigga break their leg, you gotta pay for that. They had to pay for that. You know? And it was just like they treated us like cars, man. You know? It was like shit. This car's like $30,000. To fix it costs 32. That don't make no sense.
Total
Get
it out.
another car. Total it out. Yeah, total a nigga out.
Total a nigga out.
And how they told him out, they got a scientist in the background like, give me that nigga. I'm gonna crack him open. I'm gonna crack him open. He got a bad. Why you can't use him no more? Why he told him? He got a bad leg or his back bad? Oh yeah, I've been trying to work on his flu medicine for months. You got your ass strapped up, dumping hot water on your ass, screaming and shit.
I was gonna say it's amazing how when it comes to medical, right? When you use your medical insurance and shit, there's a cap to it. But then your car insurance, them collecting, they're just constantly collecting. There is no cap. I remember you said that years ago. It should be a fucking cap. I done paid y'all for 3 years. I done gave y'all $10,000. That should be my cap if I signed up for that. And when some shit go down, handle that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all should be my personal savings account. Me paying y'all to make sure I'm insured. All right, you know? But nah, when it comes to your medical, there's a cap. Yeah, this cover this and this and that and that. But if it's over that, then you gotta pay that.
Yeah, it should be like you pay enough for like 2 cars. You know what I'm saying? If you pay enough and you build your shit up to where like you get 2 cars worth of insurance, meaning that if I run into a car and I bust both our shit up, I should be able to pay for both of their shit. You know what I'm saying? You should be able to pay for a totaled out car.
You should have played that first song. It was quiet.
There's systems like, that could work, bro. But again, the American dream is all bullshit. You know, they really want to keep people down. That's the real concept. It's not about money. It's not about coming up. It's really about keeping the average public people away from keep them away from accessing the resources and opportunities that they have. All right, they're just trying to sit at the top and make sure everybody else is at the bottom so they can work the systems they create. All right. You know what I'm saying? I created this factory that make all these iPhones. I'm not gonna work there. My kids ain't gonna work there. I need niggas to keep coming in there. You know, I got a group of niggas that needed to be there, but if they make too much money, they ain't gonna need to be there no more. They're gonna try to get where I'm at. I need to keep y'all down there and being content down there. So I'm gonna create a credit system. I'm gonna create bad spending habits. I'm gonna create taxes and debts and certain things of capitalism to make sure that you're chasing. You running. I'm almost to that carrot. Insurance. I'm almost to that carrot. I messed something up. I gotta get it fixed. I'm almost to that carrot, and it's just constant something. And Jake is, and now it's getting worse because Esau is trying to destroy this treadmill system and build a new cage for the hamsters. So he gonna have your ass. That carrot gonna get further and further away to the point you get off that motherfucker like fuck this damn treadmill and you walk off. And then when you say that, you gonna start paying attention like, man, this fucking cage ain't shit, bro. This ain't shit. It's gonna cause unrest. And then they're gonna say, oh, you don't like the cage? I got a new one for you. MOTB. Yep.
Don't let you go to jail. You really gonna be off that treadmill. Then he ain't gonna let you back on because you gotta meet certain requirements now, or because you did this and that. Then you can't get on this treadmill. You gotta try that treadmill over there at T-Move.
Well, jail. You skipped the line, nigga. You went to the end. That's where they want everybody to be anyway.
Go to jail. Do not pass dope. Get that $200.
Yeah, because jail is a way to legalize slavery. That's all it is. They want niggas to live like that. They want to work your ass and keep you in a place like that. You know what I'm saying? They good.
That's pretty much what the new system would be.
Yeah, it just they can't. They got to be just. When you send a nigga to jail, you can give him the worst condition and say, I'm not a bad person. He's a criminal. You know what I'm saying? Which is another thing, because they was going crazy. Like I said, with the medical field, nigga, you go to jail, nigga. hey, you might well be a test subject. You know what I'm saying? You anything they want you to be, you're a criminal. And that's why they do all that. They still do the same fucking song and dance. He's a criminal. He's a bad person. You know what I'm saying? I could treat him bad now. No, you've been wanting to do this, man. Look at what you do to these people in jail, bro. Paying niggas 50 cents to make $30,000 couches and shit. You know what I'm saying? Got these niggas digging ditches and like you really wanna do this to human beings. Just kill them niggas, bro. Just kill them. Get rid of their ass. Why you gotta sit here and do this to people? Why you gotta fucking drain, squeeze, and when they die, you just throw them to the side? They're criminals.
Yeah, the nigga got life. You know? Let me get up out of here.
Because they really was treating them real bad. But then there was a point in history where you had to get consent. And that's what killed a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? Because they was getting Jake to take medications and sell shit. And they was tricking Jake into a lot of shit. And then they had to start doing consent, man. Really, they was just doing shit to Jake. It was like kidnapping you, taking you, chopping you up, doing medical shit. But then they started having to give consent. I remember just like with the COVID, like they still got to do it to this day. With the 2020 situation, you have to. That person that you jabbing up has to give consent, and that I don't know why that law is so fucking strong and it's if you look at it, just a blatant line in the sand to where you can't say that you're being a good person. You know, if I say I don't want to be a part of this, and you force me to do it anyway, that's kind of established you not being a good person. So that consent law kind of makes it to where he won't. Now he let me chop him up. You know, like there's no signature, there's no nothing, bro. There's no proof. That's why like this they probably kind of trying to destroy consent through the Me Too thing. You know what I'm saying? I did not consent. They could go years and years. I was raped. I was raped. How? I ain't consent to that. I was drunk, young. I ain't know no better. You know what I'm saying? And it got people that manipulating it to where people might be like, man, fuck that consent shit, man, because people lying. Just like they're trying to destroy the right to peaceably assemble through these protests. These people are just Esau's trying to destroy the Constitution right before our eyes, and again they're trying to build this New Hampshire cage. So
I'm gonna say he don't stop.
Don't stop, bro.
It's all got an end goal. He's constantly working towards it. Everything he do and says is towards it, man. You know, like DJ Trump got up in there, went against certain things he said. It was just to supposedly give people the right to vote, quote unquote, the right to vote. Get him in there, and he's in there. It's like, well, this is what y'all asked for. You know, it's kind of like Saul. Remind me of Saul. The people wanted a king. Let's be like the other nations. The Lord warned them, hey, man, he gonna fuck y'all over, man. That's cool, but we want to just be like the other guy here, you know? And that's what happened with Saul, man. You know?
And this country is going to hell in a handbag. Whether we would have had Kamala or Trump.
I would have loved for her to be in there.
Niggas just been confused. It would have been the same thing, but just confused. It would have been more niggas. It would have been different niggas up there doing the same shit. Right. There's a nigga in a pony suit. Instead of Elon Musk in a pony suit doing the same shit in the background.
Yeah.
Jigging out. All them doped out cokeheads.
With a chainsaw.
All of them on steroids. Like they did say, all of them on steroids.
I got a piece of
all them niggas wicked, man, on drugs. But then you go to that job. Elon Musk could sit in the White House and do that shit, and y'all be trying to piss test the average Jake. Get the fuck out of here, man. That bitch geeking.
Geeked out, staring off into this nigga seeing something.
How the fuck can you do that and then you want drug tests? Man, get the fuck out of here, bro.
Doing Hell Hitler salutes. Got a chainsaw.
Well, that's because he's on opioids. You know what I'm saying?
He's prescribed.
That's it, bro. They got a way around it all, man.
But shit, a medical herb is prescribed. Alcohol is prescribed. Nigga, this nigga operating heavy machinery. The fucking government, nigga.
country.
Like, you gotta be sober at all times.
Yeah.
What the fuck you mean?
You know what I mean?
You get the jig out on whatever shit if you need a prescription drug to maintain, you shouldn't be in the government because you need to be alert. The fuck? That's what y'all tell us.
Right.
This motherfucker get the jig. That shit kind of made me mad thinking about that shit.
He get to be over the whole country, high as hell.
Nigga rolling on a blue dolphin. Nigga on a blue dolphin at the podium. Tripping, trying to keep his shit together. Jake ain't have a big mouth Mickey's in between breaks and working his shit.
Well, that's the
He ain't
nastiest
shit.
Mickey's a big ass fucking nasty ass beer.
Big mouth
Mickey's.
But
Big mouth
hey, you nigga hate. That's the thing. Like you, this nigga was drinking on the job. Like this nigga's, who is this guy? Like
He has to go.
he has to go. This motherfucker. Meanwhile, fucking shaking out, Boosie going on in his head. You know what I'm saying? On the podium. That shit. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's why this place has to fucking go. They create systems of oppression to constantly oppress Jake, man. Let's get that oppress the poor, righteous man. Okay. Matter of fact, I was building a lesson on that, man. I actually got it. Proverbs 29 and 13. Get that real quick through 16. I mean 29, 13, 14, and then jump to 16. Right.
It's got that poor righteous man if you still want it on the back.
That Proverbs 29.
Proverbs 29 and 13. The poor and the deceitful man meet together. The Most High, Yahweh, lighted both their eyes. The king that faithfully judges the poor, his throne shall be established forever. The rod and reproof give wisdom, but a child left to himself bringeth his mother to shame. When the wicked are multiplied, transgression increases, but the righteous shall see their fall.
Yep. So when the wicked is multiplied, transgression increases. Bullshit keep on happening. It's proof in the pudding. You know, you can't have a kid the right way, man. Like having kids, to have a kid is expensive. To do something natural like having a kid is expensive. You can't go, and they put us in a situation where you can't be at home doing this shit like you normally did. You know? They'll call CPS your ass at home having a baby. Like, give me that baby. You a bad parent because you didn't come to us and pay this $5,000 per child. You know?
So I just looked up the average cost of having a baby in the U.S. is $18,865.
Have a fucking baby, and we don't know. We don't know because the government is paying. They'll pay for certain shit like that.
Yeah.
But it's just really lining their pockets. They just trade like y'all come to us and have these babies. That's $18,000, please. That shit probably like that's resource wise. That shit probably hit you probably $500,000 to sit in that room. The doctors and all that.
What's that?
You know,
that cost 500,000.
500 to 8,000.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
And I'm just saying to have a baby is not that expensive.
Con.
It's not that fucking expensive. Really, just nigga, I don't need to be in there. But you made it to where I have to be in there.
That's what it is.
You know, like you can have. Why aren't you forking all your money into these maidens? You all stupid. Because y'all can have a bunch of maidens, aka concubines, and you wouldn't need to be spending no $18,000. Because you'll have that woman that'll help you through that labor. Nigga putting the fucking big ass oil drill in your back. You know what I'm saying? To numb your ass up.
Back messed up for the rest of your life now.
Yeah. Opioids. Your kid a crack baby.
Nah, for real.
What else is it? What else is it?
For real.
Is he coming out the womb? You know, that nigga come out the room full of Hennessy, bro. Dizzy as hell, like shit, whoa.
Bro, this place is
violated,
up, bro.
Innocence violated right out the gate. you violated right out the gate, man. Then when you born, they take the placenta, so you can't bounce back, right? Niggas is rocked up. Have your ass cutting this shit, smiling this shit. You fucking your whole kid over. You know what I'm saying? Esau is a fucking demon, dog. Like, you know, like, yeah, you want to cut it? Yeah, cut it. Come on. Like, no, bro, I won't cut that. Let my baby eat off that while they get their fucking last bit of nutrients, man. What are you doing? Nah, we got these vitamins they can take. It's like,
why,
nigga? You get a vitamin, $2,000 per pill and shit. Oh, you don't gotta pay for it. The government's gonna pay for it. That's like, it's totally fine. Niggas getting broke off. Wonder why these niggas got $1 billion yacht. Ain't because they stayed up 4 hours, nigga. It's because they came up with that bullshit. Yeah. You know, they told your stupid ass you gotta stay up for 4 hours. I mean, go to sleep for 4 hours. You know what I'm saying? They told your dumb ass that. You know, because that's the only way you can get ahead is by, you can't live a normal life. That shows you how fucked up this place is. When I get up, when the sun come up, and then I work, and then the sun go down, I want to chill with my family. When it's done, I'm going to fucking fall behind. I got to get up. That's not life as a human being. Why is there food? Why is there happiness? Why is there joy for me to work? And I got to pass up on life to survive? That don't make any sense. Esau corrupted his whole way of living and made people content with it, bro. That shit's evil as fuck, man. You can't even have you can't even enjoy your family. Because if you do, like a man, you gotta work. But a woman wants you to stay home. But if you stay home, you'll make no money. Because of this system. You know what I'm saying? Your woman's supposed to, while you out there plowing, your woman's supposed to be behind you throwing seeds. Y'all plowing and shit, what the fuck you think she gonna be doing? Yo, ho, ho. No, y'all gonna be fucking talking and shit. Right. Laughing and shit. Chasing, smacking up booty while you, yeah, man. Shake that ass while you say that seed, girl. Plowing and shit. Right. You know, your kids, you showing them, look, man, he got his little plow. Keep pushing, son. Push. You family bonding and working.
Sustaining.
Like, god damn, you can't even see your kids. Now you can't see your kids. Oh, we got something for your kids. We got daycares and schools. Now we're going to teach them how to be stupid as fucking rebellious. So when you come home, you got a kid that's been on an iPad or this and that, and he's fucked up mentally. Now you got to unteach him because you got to go to work and you can't do that. Now you're in this quagmire of fucked up ass family. Yeah. Why? Because of what the government tell you what you got to do. Again, there was a point in time school wasn't mandatory. You know what I'm saying? You work for your fucking self. At a point in Israel, in the land of Israel, we work for ourselves, man. The scriptures tell you by the sweat of your own brow shall you eat. Esau made it fucking worse. By the sweat of your own brow, you gotta feed him, and then he feeds you with the scraps he got left over. Corny ass nigga, man. He greedy as hell, bro. But he's a fucking genius to you niggas. Because you get an iPhone or an Apple, whatever. You got some dollars, you got a gold chain. That nigga ain't too bad now. You a fucking sellout. Go ahead, brother.
This is Revelation chapter 6, verse 4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth.
To take peace from the earth, and that's Esau. That red horse is Esau. He took peace from the earth, man. But the scriptures say when the Lord destroys Edom, it's so that he don't deceive the world no more. You know what I'm saying? Like this dude taking peace from the earth. You can't even enjoy your family. That's the main thing. Be fruitful and multiply. That's the main thing he put us on this world before, is to build a family nucleus, man. And within that family nucleus, that's the core to living. And he's destroyed that. You know?
It's Ecclesiastes 2:22. For what hath man of all his labor, and of the vexation of his heart, wherein he hath labored under the sun? For all his days are sorrows, and his travail grief. Yeah, his heart taketh not rest in night. This is also vanity. There is nothing better for a man than that he should eat and drink, and that he should make his soul enjoy good in his labor.
Yeah, you're supposed to better reap what you sow. It's nothing wrong with getting off of having a hard day's work and then wanting to live like, have a sip, chill with your kids, like relax. You gotta get off work and then you gotta work for yourself. And that's your problem. Y'all be working for somebody else, nigga. Because that's when I'm working for somebody else. That's technically me supposed to be working for myself. Okay. Go ahead.
This also I saw that it was from the hand of the Most High.
Yep. Because that was our curse. Hey, we gotta labor, man. So even though we're complaining about it, it's still a curse from the Lord. It's already written, so it's nothing like they're pretty much kicking and walking up and like, I'm tired of this shit. It's like it's the Lord's will.
Why? It didn't get out.
Why is it the Lord's will? Let's get it in Baruch chapter 4. Was it 4 and 6?
It's Baruch chapter 4, verse 6. It says, "Ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because ye moved the Most High to wrath, ye were delivered unto the enemies."
Yeah, so that's there you go. All right. So this heavy burden is because we moved in the wrath. How we moved in the wrath? All right. It should say
It's a little bit more to it. I got you. It says, "For ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils
by
and not
sacrificing unto devils." All right. How do you sacrifice unto devils? Let's keep filling the layers back. All right. Caesar born Christmas. I'm a Democrat. I'm an American. I'm African American. Kemet. Okay? Feminism, Crip, blood. All right? Anything that's not adherent to our culture, man. You cover with a covering, but not of the Most High Spirit. That's how you provoke him to jealousy by sacrificing unto devils. Okay?
Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 12. For the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication, and the invention of them the corruption of life.
Exactly, because these idols require service, requires worship and service and sacrifice. In order to worship something, you got to get up a certain way. So if you're dealing with a sun god and every day your ass got to do 3 cartwheels when you wake up in the morning, you got shit you got to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just like in Babylon, you got to have money. Outside costs money. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Your ass you got to follow the Babylonian rules.
Yeah.
Okay? You get married in Babylon, you got to follow the rules. In order to get married, you got to get on your knee. Tell her I want to give her a ring, the ring of Saturn, put it on her finger. You know what I'm saying? Get married, go elope, have a priest present. You didn't need a priest at a point. Israelites didn't use priests in marriages. Israelites did not use priests in marriages.
That says a lot.
You know what I'm saying? Why are y'all doing that? Because y'all made some shit up. It's some niggas saying vows to a false god on some shit. Okay? And then don't even honor that shit. For better or for worse, rich or for poor, sickness and health. Oh, he fell off, so I had to divorce him. That happened better or for worse. Little lying ass motherfucker. You know?
I want to get this Isaiah chapter 10 and verse 2. It says, this is following the unrighteous decrees. It says to turn aside the needy from judgment and to take away.
Are we reading the scriptures? You believe in the Bible?
Yeah.
So yeah, we out here letting the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans know that they're the true children of Israel. What's your nationality? Native American. Yeah, for the tribe of Gad. For the tribe of Gad, North American Indians. You know what I'm saying? And you are a part of the 12 tribes of Israel. Y'all came over here during the Assyrian Empire. what I'm saying? Colonialism and all that. The Native Americans lost their way, through Esau, which is the so-called white man. And we're here to let y'all know as well, because we're all the same tribes. I mean, not of the same tribe, but of the same nation. All right, the Negroes, the Latinos, and Native Americans, all of us are of the same nation. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we're out here to let our people know that we're the true children of Israel. All right, and we have to repent and come back to the Lord. All right. So we go ahead and get some precepts out.
Hosea chapter 14, verse 1. O Israel, return unto the Lord Yahweh thy power, for thou hast fallen by thine iniquity.
Yeah, and we're supposed to return. How are we return? We got to return to our culture, our ways, our lifestyle. This place, even when Native Americans, our people been afflicted through Esau, that it turned out the Native Americans more on the alcohol side. Why? Because being in this land and everything that happened historically, the dad is still mourning, man. Still going through it. But we're supposed to repent and get out of that shit because the Lord's going to destroy Esau for everything he's done. You realize that? All this suffering that we're going through, but we got to repent first and call unto the Lord. All right? Go ahead.
Romans chapter 12, verse 2. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
By the renewing of your mind. You got to have a changed mind. All right? I ain't saying the past is the past. No, the Lord remembers the past. The Lord's going to deliver us from that. But he's going to deliver the elect of Israel, those who repented and doing what we're doing. All right? We're doing this all across the four corners of the earth. And it's been happening since the history. All right? Prophets been prophesying and speaking about the end of this society because this shit sucks, man. This ain't it. Ain't nothing but affliction every day up in this motherfucker, man.
The land of the free looking at.
Yeah. The only thing we're free to do is do wickedness, man. And suffer. Yeah. That we were going over earlier, man. This ain't America is a glass dome.
There's something about raising babies and having a family. Let's talk about that as well.
Yeah. That's supposed to be the natural human dream. It's just enjoying your family. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about pushing water on each other. I'm talking about you raising fine young men. You raising fine young women and they marrying into stocks and y'all building up y'all empire. You can sit back and look at like the grandma at the cookout. Looking at everybody tear up the food and shit, man. That's what it's all about, man. You know, you feeding your kids a certain way, they look in a certain way. You know what I'm saying? They have certain morals and structures about themselves. You know, especially like how it was in South when I was young, man. Hey, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. You know what I'm saying? Please, thank you. Oh, that's a fine young gentleman.
Got precept.
You know?
So Proverbs chapter 22, verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
And Esau has stolen that. Yeah. He's stolen that. He over busy everybody. Right? You got to go to work. You got to work 8 to 5. Most jobs are 8 to 5. That's the time your kid is up. You know what I'm saying? You got to go to work. Who's going to watch the kid? Because through feminism, now finances, so the living expenses has jumped up for 2 with the expectations of 2 people working. So now 2 people got to work. Shout out to the women for that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all fell for the trick bag. So now, who's going to watch the kids while y'all at work? Now you got to have a raper Rob or pedophile Pete and Penny watch your kids. Yeah. Or overstressed Sally sitting on the phone, don't give a fuck about what your kid going through his ass head first in the fucking trash can. Kid sick. Take your kid to a daycare, nigga sick every day. My oldest son sick every other fucking week. Nose coming. Oh, God damn, bro. Like y'all have a sanitary, unsanitary area for kids. Right. Put the sick together and the unsick. It's like a rotation of sickness for this dude, man. Every time we go up in there, somebody's sick. He gets somebody sick, they get him sick, feeding him all kind of dumb shit.
Yeah, like what is being fed?
He's running around, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then y'all want to create rules and shit. He didn't have his car seat when he. Why my son sick every time he come here? Y'all to my fucking car seat, man. Fucking dickheads, man. I can't have. I can't. I just can't. But for his safety. But my son is sick every time I come in this motherfucker. Where's the safety in that? Right. You know. But nah, it's just a fucking dumbass system. You know. Now you go there. So you don't have your kid. He goes to school. He's learning all that dumb shit. Come home, your daughter telling you she could be a president. What the fuck you want to do that for? My teacher told me that. That was my daughter told me one time. Like, man, fuck that bitch, man. You know what I'm saying? You need to learn how to be an upstanding woman and be the best version of yourself. Yeah. Why you trying to? She trying to tell you to get a man job. Why you want? You know. And that's the thing. By all these old fucking bitches want to be presidents and fucking bosses, but nobody want to be the manual laborer. Manual laborer. Be up in that fuck. You don't want to be out. You don't want to be no roofer, no bricksmith. You don't want to be no concrete nigga to prove that you can do the same as what a man can do. Your ass don't want to fight a man in the UFC to prove that you could do that. You know, you just want to say that you want the position. You want to be Dana White. You know,
anything I could do, anything you could do, I could do better type shit.
Yeah, but it's a bullshit because again, your ass ain't trying to be the best roofer. You know what I'm saying? You're not trying to be the best manual labor. You're not. I don't see no woman out there in construction with a shovel and a nigga shoveling. She trying to nigga, come on, nigga. You don't see that. You don't see that. Right. So it's bullshit, and you don't see it in mass. I'm talking about overwhelming numbers. I've never worked somewhere, even when we work at manual labor, pulling that shit up. You don't see no woman. Anything you can do, I can do better. No. Because it's bullshit. Right. It's all to do what? Divide the household. Take their ass out of the house and have them trying to compete with the man. And now a house divided against itself shall not stand. Your kids fucked up. Your kid don't believe in you. They look up to Rod Wave and this celebrity and that celebrity because he on TV. And you broke niggas ain't shit. You ain't riding around with this. You ain't got that. You ain't got this. Looking at your dad like, hey nigga,
this nigga he don't got that in this.
Yeah, he's fitting that. My dad fits the criteria of a bitch ass nigga.
That's crazy.
He's got to be a bitch ass nigga because everybody's dancing to his song.
Right.
That got to be what a bitch ass nigga is because everybody loves this guy. Mm-hmm. You know, that's what they know what they're doing. You get the dumbest nigga money and put him all over TV, and everybody's gonna say he gotta be right. That's why a celebrity can get on TV and just say some shit like we just read. Yeah, it's like that nigga deep. You know. Meanwhile, if Will Smith could get on TV and say some deep shit, but then he can say I took the grenade out before I threw it. He wrote that. He wrote that dumbass shit. Yeah. But this nigga's profound when he has that fucking. They be at the fucking colleges giving speeches and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, hell no, that nigga's a nigga that was willing to do everything to get what he got.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. Because when it comes to success, it's the value of it. It's the money that's supposed to come with it. I would say, in this society, success is money. Once you get to money, it's not becoming great at what you like, becoming a better version of yourself, but it's what makes you the most money.
They funnel success. They made success one thing for 1 million people.
Yeah. They monetize success.
Yeah, they create the standard for success. Everybody's success, the foundation of success is the American way, money. When really it's in all reality, that's not even a real American success. You know what I'm saying? And it's their success is being able to do what they want. You know, go where you want, eat what you want, be with who you want. You know what I'm saying? Travel anywhere, see what you want. You know? fucking peace. That's success, not this rat race. Like Gad walked off like this shit ain't. It's you can see the tide on him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like the world beat him up and everything else in it, man. Whatever he fucking with, Jake out here, hey, they wear out the Saints, man. You know, and it's all by design. So we're getting back to the tariffs, the war. All this shit is meant to bring in, usher in this new world order. Okay, all this shit is meant to usher in this new world order because they want it to crumble now. America can't be built back up. The fucking what you call that shit? The cost of living compared to your income, it don't match up for America. The cost of living and the income don't match up. Like the amount of debt we're in and the amount of money we're spending is not matching up. We only got it's like being in debt, but you live in check to check. Like you are never going to pay that off, but then the debt has interest on it, and it just keeps on building, but you can't get to it because you got your life that you got to manage. That's America. And it's getting worse, and it's going to get worse and worse until it files for economic bankruptcy, aka a great reset. But you can't just something bad gotta happen, nigga. A death in the family, you know. You can't just say I quit because your new system, nigga, ain't gonna fuck with that. Something gotta happen to where I say, okay, we need a new system. It's out of our hands. You know, it wasn't the system that was broken. It's something bad happened that broke the system. And it's going to take a war. All right? But ultimately, they're going to bring in that new system with NOTB. That's why I'll say this lastly is that's what got these prophecies got to come to pass. These niggas is out here not even preaching about Yahweh Shemi Shai and the prophecies. When that's all that stuff that they're talking about, be it Israelite and be we can't even get to where we need to be until we pass these prophecies up.
Yeah.
The MOTB, famine, martial law. Go ahead, brother.
And I was gonna say, you can't get peace without war, man. You know, I went to go. I was watching this movie earlier today, and lady said something in there. She was like, pretty much, you know, why such and such was trying to stop the end of the world. I was preparing for it, and it had me thinking. It's like the end is coming regardless. But you got certain people who trying to prolong it, stop it, make it seem comfortable. But then you got the ones who prepare for it. And within the world of Yasha'Allah, within us knowing that we're Israelites, you got people that's just sitting there getting comfortable right now. And it's like, yo, we got to prepare for this. We supposed to been prepared. Once you came in and found out this knowledge, at that point, you were supposed to be preparing for the coming of Yahweh Shai, man. And letting our people know that, like the Gadite brother that came up, and the brother started, you could really see it on them, like, man, fuck, man, this ain't it. You know what I'm saying? But if they ain't got this word, they ain't got nothing. You know what I'm saying? This is the only thing that gives us hope. This is the only thing that we can actually see the future. Cause what's coming, these motherfuckers is preparing this new world order every day, every second of the fucking day. And you still got people hoping and just let's say this shit went on for 10 more years. Where the fuck would the world be? If we came this far in 5 years from 2020 till now, man, where the hell would it be at in 10 years? Not even in 5 years, because they want everything done by 2030.
Came and drink faucet water. All this fucking technology. And we can't drink faucet water anymore.
Shit don't make
I remember
sense,
they was
bro.
talking shit about Mexico. Don't drink water out those faucets.
Now everybody buying bottled water, this natural spring and mineral water and distilled, and I had my mineral.
You can't even drink regular bottled water no more. You need to put minerals in your bottled water. It went from you can't drink faucet water because it was polluted, and then the bottled water is not enough. Now you got to add minerals into your water.
Yep.
Like, God fucking damn, bro.
And even within that, they'll sell you bottled water with toxins in it, because when you do pH levels on it, the shit is acidic.
Yeah, and then why is it acidic? Because of the fucking plastic that they're putting in it. Okay?
You can't win. There's no winning without Shemi Shai.
whole system, the tree of wickedness is planted. It has to be uprooted. All right, the axe got to be laid at the root of this tree.
Yeah.
There is no like, oh man, maybe if we take this branch off, maybe if we hewn it down. No, this whole fucking plant is, this whole tree is a wild fucking invasive, destructive parasite. We can't use this plant. It's good for nothing. America's good for nothing. The concept, the image of the beast is good for nothing but death.
You gotta appreciate.
All right?
Oh, you had
It's a front runner of perks, but it's heavy on the back end on death, man.
Tell him, burn out.
That nigga crashed out.
Yeah, he tripping.
Bro, God.
Yeah, with a white band.
White man and a white man.
I can.
That's Babylon, bro. But Edomite does that. When the righteous rule, people rejoice. When the wicked rule, people mourn, man. Ah, fuck you. This is not heaven on earth when a nigga pulls up to the corner and does that.
Right.
You know?
Bro,
Israel, we are not in heaven. Because it says when the nation of Israel go back into their land, shall be their swords to plowshares.
Yeah.
Alright? Niggas out here yelling at them, damn, nigga, losing their shit. Losing their motherfucking every last bit of their marbles. Fucking white man. For what? Right?
Right.
This is Babylon. You in your paradise.
That bitch burning. That bitch is burning.
You gonna fuck your rim up, dummy.
That tire is overweight.
They don't even know. Too care, bro.
Man, all I know. When I see that, I say that gotta be a nigga woman. Is it a nigga African woman or a nigga woman?
I'm like, what the fuck is that sound?
Amnesia. I thought them niggas was drumming. I thought they were getting
They cutting that fucking tire. This is a precept real quick. Matthew 24 verse 22. And except those days should be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days have been shortened. Those days shall be shortened.
And that's what's going on, man. You know, they just had scientists found out that it's either August, well not August, well it is August. They said July 7th, July 22nd, or August 2nd or somewhere around there, that the Earth rotation is going to speed up and cause the day to be shorter, man. But this ain't the first time it happened. Guess when the first time it happened? In 2020. Then 2021 it went faster. Then 2022 it went faster. There was nothing in 2023, but then 2024 it broke all of the other records, and then this year is going to break all of the other 4 records. So what is that telling you? That the Lord is having these times speed up. Now I had looked into it, and they was like, "Oh, well, time is speeding up because as you get older, because you're doing less." Well, no, because the fucking kids are realizing that time is speeding up as well. But y'all just can't admit that Yahweh exists. Y'all can't admit that he is. But it don't matter, because he's going to prove it. He's going to show it constantly more and more, because he's going to harden your heart just as he did Pharaoh. All right, and continue to show his power. And right now, it's by this, by us waking up through the spirit of Yahweh Shai and preaching this word. But it's going to be a lot more physical and divine interventions happening, man. Those are the times that we living in. And you got all type of people having dreams that are in. Having dreams of the AI taking over, having dreams of war. That's the spirit that the Lord is putting on people as they sleep at night or lose sleep at night. I would love to have one. I don't have dreams like that. I love to see a Armageddon dream, man. You know, but hey, if I don't get the dream, look, I want to see it. I want to see it, man.
Precept. 2nd Ezra chapter 9 verse 5. For like as all that is made in the world at the beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonder and powerful works and endings and effects and signs.
Yeah, just as beautiful as the Lord had the angels create the earth, things coming out of nowhere, he spoke it into existence, so to speak. The same thing is going to be happening with the end, man. All right, that's why you man, I seen this video, bro. It was like I don't know if it was. I guess it was a tornado, but there was just constant lightning though. Like normally you'll see lightning at a strike here, or you'll see it over here and over. Nah, it was just they recording it, and it's just constant lightning, and you can see the damn tornado. I'm just like the Lord is about to do some things, man. He's going to really shake up the earth, and there's a lot of motherfuckers out there calling themselves Israelites and boasting in fucking fringes, man. And the Lord's about to bring judgment on this place, and ain't no fringes gonna save you, man. Your faith and your belief in Yahweh Shem Yahushai is gonna save you. So if you ain't calling on a name and using a name, then what the fuck are you doing, man?
Ain't no Glock. Ain't none of that. And the thing is, think about the friend. You ain't gonna be able to take a tsunami coming. You ain't gonna be able to take the friends and do that to it. You ain't gonna be able to take your gun and do that to it. You ain't gonna be able to take your car and do that to it. Your degree. So when the Lord get on niggas, ain't no stopping it, bro. You gonna really need him, and what you invested into him is gonna be your protection. Okay?
Man, a brother said something profound but so simple the other day. Matter of fact, it was Zaquan Elder Yashawamba. And he said, do you really believe that the Lord rose? Do you really believe in the scriptures, the things that we read about? Do you really believe that those things happen, man? And me personally, I don't have a choice but to believe it, man. I believe the Lord rose. I believe that Elijah was caught up in the whirlwind. I believe that Elisha was with the young lad, and then chariots popped up all once he was able to see. I believed in the ass speaking. I believe that the end is right, is closer than we believe, man. I believe that the angel snatched up Habakkuk and took Daniel some food, man, when he was in the lion's den. Why do I believe those things? Because those similar situations is going to be happening in these last days, man.
What's faith? Faith. You know what I'm saying? Faith
Get the faith.
Things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. All right. We believe Yahweh Shai rose, and as he told Thomas, that's blessed are those who have believed and not seen. Okay, and you assured in your actions. All right. That's why I agree. It's a big statement because like the way you operate, you act like the Lord came. Because if you believe he rose, you gonna have no doubt in your mind that there's a whole lot of other possibilities. Oh damn, I got this going on. If I don't do this, this is gonna happen. But the Lord rose, right? So he could sit here and he died for our sins. There's a lot of things associated with it, but he could raise rocks up to make bread out of rocks. You know what I'm saying? He can make turn water into wine. Okay, that's the thing is that you gotta have faith in these things truly. And some people get complacent and sensual to the surface. Okay, you gotta, and that's what like the nigga said. With one, I don't know, the wicked seeker at the sign, but just trying to manipulate and saying that if you into prophecy, then you bugging out. No, when Jake need to see something, like that guy like walked up and said, "Man, what y'all into?" And said, "We're the two children of Israel. We'll be given." And he be like, "Well, show me something. Show me some proof." Then you can't get to a nigga like that.
Yeah. So faith come by hearing, man.
Yep. It should mix. It's either in you to do it or it's not. And you just need to be. It's like when you little fucking movies when you feel like you're the black sheep, but then you travel and you find a group of motherfuckers that you bond with. You shouldn't have to prove yourself in this society to fit into anything. You know what I'm saying? And that's because they try to make everything one. But at the end of the day, the Lord is in control of everything. He did rise. He does have that power. And it's not us. It's not from me studying and looking up these scriptures. It's not because of my thinking pattern. The Lord put the spirit on me and put the energy into me. And put the direction, the want, the will. He could take away your desire to read. He could take away your comprehension. He could take away time. All right? Like the Lord controls things that's beyond niggas' conceptual thinking. Okay?
So 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 13. It says, "We having the same spirit of faith, according as it is written, I believed and therefore I have spoken." we also believe and therefore speak.
All, like the brother was just saying, all through the spirit, man. All through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. We out here, still out here, you know, still in this gospel, believing in this truth. All right, preparing for the end, you know. There's people that came and left. There's people that's here and don't know they right from they left.
The gospel's gonna be taught because he said it.
Yep.
He said, "Let there be light," and it was so. Okay. He said this gospel is gonna be taught in the four corners of the earth. In the last days, the prophets are sent. The Lord will send prophets against countries and kingdoms. All right. It was written. It was, and that's the thing is that Jake think like the Most High thinks like that. Like he thinks like them. No, if he say something, he gonna do it. All right. It ain't like I'll do it. He ain't no procrastinator. He's not forgetful. Okay. When he says something, that shit gets done. All right. Everybody that's under his order, listen. There's no struggle.
Said his word don't go out void.
I got the
It talks about the angels. It say they matter of fact, can we get that with the that's the Sirach? Was it 39? I forget how it worded it, but it said to appease his
Appease the wrath when they made him.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 39, and verse 28. It says, "There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them."
Yeah, and just like they dug up and was like, oh, this gotta be that part in the Bible about all of the Syrians being slaughtered, about the angel. Well, they be ready to do that, and best believe in these very soon time, it's gonna be happening again, man. Go ahead.
It says, "Fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. They shall rejoice in his commandment."
They should rejoice. That's what they should rejoice in his commandment. Meaning they ready to go and do it. It ain't no, oh, man, dang.
It says, "They shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is."
They should be ready upon earth when need is, man. And through the spirit, we gotta be in that same mindset.
Meaning they won't deviate from commandments. They're not. What it's insinuating is that they're not like you tell somebody to do something and they don't fully understand. No, the angels know they are doing the mission like it's Yahweh himself doing the mission. Okay, that's the thing. That's a very we go through it all the time. We talk about a communication. You sit there and you say something and it's like that's not what I meant when I told you to do that. When the Lord tells the angel go do it, let there be light. It's good.
Yeah. Ain't no misunderstandings.
Yeah, let there be light. They went and put the elements together, presented light. Oh, like, yep. Just how I thought it out to be. Let the earth come out. Let's build these elements. Let's make man in our image. Come up. Yup. That's what I want. And that boy, you can't find that's hard. That's hard to get a staff that execute on site like that.
Yeah, bro.
And those angels are perfect in that manner.
That's an undefeated championship team right there.
Like who shall make Ahab fall? Yes. Lion spirit came, was like, yup, like that. And you think he came down like, I ain't feeling that. I ain't gonna lie to that, man. I feel bad. No, that boy coming. like boy, nation of domination with the neck and shit. I forgot that nigga. That nigga be hitting that fucking neck. yeah, but shit, that's how them angels coming, man. Yeah, they coming hardcore and to do their job. They ain't coming with no emotions. You know, how white people stare at you when they rat on you. So angels gonna be like, no, don't kill me, please. Get out of here.
Yeah, just to protect the temple, bro. They went whooped on a nigga. Like,
yep,
whooped on him.
They can beat you to death. You know,
and bring you back.
and bring you back. Like I gotta beat you. I mean, pray for it. Nigga pray for these. Nigga pray you get these.
Get scuffed up.
Like no, and then they had to finish. Like the Heliodors, they had to finish beating his ass, and then you pray for life after that. It wasn't like no, don't do it. They're like, oh my bad. No, I gotta finish. Like this is, I gotta finish this tag. They got OCD.
Yeah. I gotta finish it on that note.
They just an extreme OCD character, man. They
Virgin prayed him. Lord sent me.
ding. He step back, nigga, the dead nigga, like, nah, bring back to life. Like, you know, like, you got, hey,
I got
that's
you.
an energy to beat somebody to death, and then that's an energy to be a doctor to that same person. You know? Healing that man. Go ahead.
It says, and when it's still in Sirach 39:31, the latter end, it says, and when their time has come, they shall not transgress his word.
There we go. Yep. So I mean, there's an order that's set in the heavens. That's why scriptures tell you, our Father who art in heaven, holy be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven, because heaven is perfect in order.
Order up there.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
And order creates peace.
And that's what's coming to the earth. But it's not gonna fucking come while Esau ruling. It can't come while Esau ruling, man. Because he's a Ethiopian that can't change his skin, and a leopard that can't change his spots.
He's a prodigal son to the earth. Well, he's a prodigal son to Yahweh. All right? Can somebody look up that term prodigal son?
It's okay, I got his precept in the midst.
Let's get this first. Okay. I want to lose my train of thought.
It says prodigal son. Hey, this is just a definition. It says a person who spends money in a recklessly extravagant way.
That's at the moment. You can get that as inspired. There's a term pretty much you left, and you left your home, try to do your own thing, you fucked up, and you come back. It's a prodigal son. I don't think it's in the etum, because that's a term.
I just had Googled it.
Yeah,
and it just brought in.
One of the definitions I found just say a person who leaves home and behaves recklessly, but later makes a repentant return.
Yeah. But Esau is not going to be able to make that repentant return. He's going to seek out, like the scripture said, there's no repentance for him, though he seek it out carefully with tears. So he played the prodigal son, but he's not going to be able to come back. He sold his birthright. He married purposely outside. Then he purposely went against Israelite culture. You know what I'm saying? You purposely went out and did the opposite and became a prodigal son. But the Lord is not letting you back in. That's the only thing. That's what the whole world got to know, that the so-called white man can't be invited back into humanity. You know? Huh?
No, you got it.
You reading the Bible, yo.
You got it. More fun for you.
This Sirach chapter 10 verse 4. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable.
Yep. The Lord set up all these rulers and kings. Trump, Musk, Netanyahu. All right? Because this is his stage, man. This is his plate. The Lord's in control of all this. All right? But the Lord ain't evil, so he created niggas to do evil. Because he ain't evil. They created the white man. Not nigga, but Most High created that nigga, the white man. You know what I'm saying? And so he could do his Esau's, well, let's get it. He created the wicked for the days of evil.
I was thinking on Mace and Cameron's show, the chick that be on there, she had never seen Paid in Full. So when she had finally watched it, she told Cameron, she said, I can't look at you no other way. You know what I'm saying? even though she worked with him prior to that, but it's the character. You know what I'm saying? And that's what the Lord, this is, like you said, this is his stage, this is his play, his movie, because that's the title I was thinking of through the Spirit, the greatest movie ever lived, right? And Esau, that's just the character that the Lord gave him, man. That's the character that the Lord gave him, and that's why people gonna be like, "Is this the man?" You know what I'm saying? That shook the heavens, like, because the Lord's about to bring him down, man, to nothing.
And the way he's going to be brought down is going to declare that there had to be a God that existed. That's why he said in Revelation, on Romans chapter 9, that he raised up Pharaoh,
Yeah,
so that he could bring him down and show the world his power.
Yep.
And that event in itself sent shockwaves through the whole entire existence of Earth.
Yep.
All the people heard about that flood, man, and the Israelites, and oh shit, is that them? Ooh, whoa, whoa. So how much more when every knee shall bow? This is going to be 100 times, 1,000 times more. Everybody ain't gonna be hearsay. Everybody is going to experience the deliverance of Israel. It ain't gonna be just isolated to Egypt. Okay, everybody's going to experience the deliverance of Israel. And just off the fact that the Lord hewing himself a great mountain, and you seeing chariots and war jets, and then you see all you guys do is see one chariot. The news niggas gonna be
quick
yeah.
Preset.
They're gonna fuck up everybody's head, man.
I was sitting here thinking, because it says that they should be with Yahushua for 1,000 years, the coronation and things of that, and then they're gonna see New Jerusalem coming down. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Through the Spirit, if Lord willing, we be of those men. But the Lord, breaking bread with you, giving you game, putting you on. You got your new body. Then he like, all right, let's go back. Like everybody, they see the deliverance, and then they just down here. Probably doing whatever, trying to establish who's going to be, and then through the Spirit, Lord willing, we come down and set everything in order, man. How it's supposed to be, man.
Yep. But at the end of the day, the brother said, Lord's will. It's just Lord's will that we are a part of the first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But as far as Lord's will that it happened, no, it's going to happen.
It's going to happen for sure.
It's going to happen.
It's written. It's going to happen.
Yeah, it's inevitable. Okay. The Lord's gonna come down here. He's gonna send the nation Israel back here to cleanse the world. Not only he's gonna get everybody back in line, but it's also gonna get people in line, get the earth in line. All right, you know what I'm saying? Get the water back clean. Okay, get the air back bumping. You know what I'm saying? The trees, the fruits. All right, you eating and shit, back hurt. Rooting and shit, fucking you up. Ain't no more of that, man. Right. And even for fucking heathen. Yeah. And I ain't talking about like they're gonna have new bodies. They're not gonna have new bodies. They're gonna have the same old bodies, but their body's gonna be in a better state because they're not gonna be eating all that fucked up shit and dealing with all that fucked up. They ain't gonna have no fucking stress to where they can't function and shit. And life is, nigga at the corner. Fuck you, white man. There ain't gonna be all that goofy ass shit, man. You riding in a vehicle that's bound to break. You on land that ain't yours. You know what I'm saying?
I got a piece up for you, brother.
Shit, horses don't break. You riding on your horse, you feed your horse, you take care of your horse. If you're a good person, good things happen. Nice guys don't finish last in the kingdom of heaven, man. All right?
It's the book of Acts, chapter 3, verse 20. And he shall send Yahushua Mashiach, which before was preached unto you, whom the heaven must receive until the times of restitution of all things, which the Most High have spoken by the mouth of all his holy prophets since the world began. And that restitution, like the brother was speaking on, is a restoration. Everything's going to be pure, like even things going to be back in order. Back in Proverbs 29, like the brothers mentioned. The Most High, through Yahushua and through the righteous judges, being Israel, the elect, things are going to be set back in order. The world's going to be in peace again, man.
Yeah. This is talking about weather, droughts, ocean.
go to talking shit at a good distance. Fake ass up.
Oh, fade away.
Most scoffers still get close. You know, real scoffer, nigga.
Fade away stings, boy.
Go ahead.
So 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 13. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness.
Yep, we're looking for a new heavens and a new earth. And that's, it ain't talking about the Lord, you know, scrapping this earth and then making a new one. All right, it's just like a new moon. All right, it's the same moon, but it's just a new version of it. All right, it's like it's a new it's going to be a new earth. It's the same earth is going to be refurbished and fixed. Okay. Again, there's a lot of reasons, and we're so, this earth has been fucking manipulated so much that we think this is the normal state of the earth, man. You know, we don't even know the true shit used to like colors, all kind of shit, man. You know, and then we're gonna have spiritual bodies where, you know, because there's elements we don't know about, there's colors we haven't even seen.
That's
our eyes only see a certain amount of things, man.
Palates, man, the taste of real wine and real food. Because we look, us as Israelites, we taste better than than the heathen. You know what I'm saying? Our foods are richer to us, colors are richer to us. Mm-hmm. Music, because our body, you know what I'm saying? The melanin within us it's really the Lord made us like that because the ham got melanin, they don't see all that shit. Got that salt.
Niggas black. You know, they make some decent food. You know, that food be hitting. You know what I'm saying? They get that shit from us. We the salt of the earth, man. Fuck it. You know? Put that propaganda out.
Be the former all things, huh?
Jake in there struggling, made some food. That nigga stole that shit.
Yeah. Former all things.
Yeah. Like I said. Like I said. You know? Because Esau, he the former of all things. He's the cradle of civilization. Like Egypt was not before fucking Greece. That's how much that nigga a lie. He'll just tell you in your face that Greece is the cradle of civilization. Like Egypt wasn't doing big things. Like Babylon, these niggas they try to, the ancient Nimrod Babylon, try to build a tower to heaven. Y'all struggle with skyscrapers. He was trying to go past that.
He's trying to scraper on top of a scraper.
And the Lord had to destroy and create an earthquake, meaning that he was doing something. He was being effective at whatever his intentions were. Yeah. If the Lord had to intervene, he could have said, the Lord could have been like, y'all niggas is not getting too far. He was getting somewhere.
He said, oh, hey, found their language real quick.
Yeah. And I don't think he was going to build it up to the Most High, but he was probably building it to where he was being, I'm like, bro, you going to fuck up some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Probably like at the same with Esau setting his nest among the stars. You just going up too high, man.
Yeah, you fucking up shit.
Yeah.
You put all these satellites out there and shit. And you don't even know how that shit's fucking up the sun's effect and all that. Pumping all these radio signals and Wi-Fi signals. Yeah. The Lord let this nigga go and it's destroying the earth. Yeah. Like I said, man, that's the thing. These Wi-Fi, HARP, and all that, you pumping all that shit. That shit affects the weather, man. All right, that shit affects sun radiation and all that, man. All right,
he had to hit the block.
Yeah, nosy ass nigga.
That nigga had to hit the block. Yeah, we woke. Call all y'all about shooting outside. Y'all losing.
What, nigga? What do you want? Speak up.
Even within that, like since brother speaking on the skyscrapers, there was an article that came out like a week or two ago where it spoke about how it said New York was sinking for a myriad of reasons, but one of them mainly being all those fucking skyscrapers. You know what I'm saying? So they didn't think out that okay, maybe it's too much weight, that this eventually going to start to become a problem, and that's what's happening now. It's slowly sinking.
I'm thinking about that shit. You know? I'm thinking about that shit. How the fuck you find out if the ground can hold the skyscraper?
You gotta build that motherfucker.
Right. Niggas, right. These niggas they don't give a fuck.
Right.
There's no way you can find that out. You're just supposed to know this is too much. You're supposed to know, like, nigga, 3 stories, I don't need all that. You know? Now you want to build apartments and have everybody come in, but then you look over here, it's fucking empty ass field of nothing, man.
Yeah. But the
Then tell a nigga they can't have a yard and shit. You know, this place is just redundantly wicked, man. You know, it wears you out. Let's get that, you know, wear out the Saints. You know, we look for a better hope. Let's get that, and we're gonna sign off with that.
So Daniel chapter 7, verse 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and it shall be given into his hand until a time and times, and a dividing of time.
And that's what we've been talking about this whole time, bro. Like, is that he been changing the laws, things, wearing out the saints, got Jake stressed the fuck out, bro. You know, even the women, they thought they had American dream through feminism, and now they got snot in their nose doing fucking podcasts or vlogs. They're, oh, I got out of this shit. Shut the fuck up. Y'all like this shit. Y'all chose this shit. Y'all ain't come out of it. Y'all expect Esau to alleviate your oppression. Like I said, they gonna say that shit look like an Edomite that snitched on you. That same face. Sorry. It's life. You gotta figure it out. Fucking clean over you though. Y'all got the other one? Better hold it. I don't know if it's an apocrypha, but we
This is the continuing city. The continuing city.
I think. Yeah. You get that one too.
This is 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 12. It says, looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of the Most High, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness.
Yep, new heavens and a new earth. And that's what we're looking forward to. We have a hope that is not tangible. All right? We're not trying to say this just one more time. Let me just, like it's a fucking a destination here. You know, so when shit goes up and down here, we're not moved. We're not attached to this grid, man. All right. So when the stock rises and lowers, our money ain't invested in this society. So when the stock crashes up here, our treasures laid in heaven, man. You know, and again, like the brother said, referencing Elder Yashawamba, that do you believe the Lord risen? If your ass, if the shit start going crazy and you going crazy with it, you kind of proving that you wasn't laying your treasures up in heaven.
Yeah.
You all right? Because you shouldn't have, like, wait, you tripping? Why are you tripping? You supposed to want this to happen. Oh, you got stock in this place. Been putting stock in this place on the low, huh? Yeah. Your ass when it punched you a ticket and you cashed out and you got greedy and kept going. You know, that's what these other groups do. They start teaching, and then they'll come up with an idea to make some money, and they'll cash out. And then next thing you know, they started out with a Israelite package. Now niggas got an IUIC app. And the only way you get that truth is you sign up. That's damn near you try to make them niggas take the chip. The truth is free. You know, you're supposed to put it on the easiest accessible market out. Why do you have to put it on an app? You know what I'm saying? The only time I know niggas is put shit on apps and create apps is so that you can solely get paid off of your views. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because I talk to people when I do like boxing and shit, we were talking about making pages, and the person was like, nah, he more making money. He was like, nah, I don't want to do no YouTube shit. I don't want to do no Instagram shit because they're getting revenue off that. We need to find a way to create us our own app so we can have every time they click on it, we get 100% of the revenue. That's what Nate and them trying to do. That's all the fuck they're trying to do. That's why you're creating an app. What's the point? If your purpose is to teach this gospel, why? That's just like smack, right? The URL. Niggas stop watching battle rap as much when they put that shit on the app. But real dedicated people will go there, right? And now that you funnel them to the app, you're getting all that money. YouTube ain't getting a point of it. You know what I'm saying? iTunes and all that. So you create the app, you get your own bread. These niggas out here is being greedy. Then they'll tell you a fucking lie like, I don't know what kind of lie you can say that you need a fucking app. I don't know why. You know, these big games. See, we gotta keep it clean. You know, whatever you want to say, nigga. But freely you receive, freely you give. That's what I read. You know, you shouldn't have to tell nobody if you go over here and around the corner. Then I'll tell you the secrets of the Lord. Be apt to teach, not put on an app and teach. Bars. I like that. Anybody got something? I'm about to close out. With that being said, we're gonna give all praises
to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Rachakadash.
Double honor to our apostles, to our elders who do well. Blessed citation, you brothers out there teaching and enduring truth sincerity. Shalom.
Shalom.